guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you are very much welcome. I am Zainab, but I go with creativity enthusiast on this channel especially. So on this video, we are going to have a pretty long video today, whereby I will be listing at least 20 crafts that I believe people can venture into and make a lot of money, especially in the year 2022, or you can just use them as a hobby whenever you feel bored at home. You can just do something, just being creative. I think being creative is like therapeutic to me. So I welcome the idea of creativity, no matter how small the creativity it is, no matter how big it is, it's always welcome to me. So I have my laptop here just in case you see me going up and down, because I have some of them listed out so that I don't make any mistake or any forgetting while we are in the video. So this is the best time for you to subscribe. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly do so. Hit on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. Like, share with your family and friends, because this video will be very helpful to anyone out there, and it's going to be a pretty long video. So if you need something to like be chowing, taking, please grab one, because we are going to be discussing more like business here. For some people it's going to be more of like business, and while for some people it's going to be just like a hobby, or maybe I will just be sharing more light on some of the businesses some people are already into. So let's get into the video without too much talking. And I think obviously people will know that the first thing I will mention here will be the craft that I'm into, which is obviously the bead making. But in bead making, there are so many like sectors. Should I use the word sector? There are so many like departments. I don't know. Well, there are so many parts in bead making. You cannot just be like all over everything. I know I'm almost into everything, but it's going to be so much hectic. So I would really suggest that you just pick some few of them and just be an expert in them. And believe me, the sky will just be like your starting point. So let's get into the video. The first thing I have here is the jewelry making. Believe me, there's a lot in jewelry making. There's a lot. We have the necklace, we have the earrings, we have the bracelets, so we even have the rings. List In case I've forgotten, we have the rings as well. So when we are talking about jewelry making, we are talking about almost 3 to 4 things under them. So if you even become an expert, maybe in jewelry making alone, this can generate so much income for you. And we have so many styles, we have so many designs, easy ones, pretty ones, non-complicated ones that you can just go into them. And believe me, it will generate a lot for you. And making like less time consuming designs will even generate faster income for you than making complicated designs, based on my year of experiences under the jewelry making. I realized that making a jewelry that maybe takes me 30 minutes to make, it generates faster income for me than making a jewelry that takes me maybe 2 to 3 days to make. You know, there are those jewelries that it will take you more than 2 days. You're just working on a particular piece. Those kind of jewelries might be even for, let's say, a wedding, or maybe for a bride. Those ones are even understandable. But if it's just like for making sake, I would really advise to just go for something that is not really time consuming, so that you can make faster income and you will not feel so bored. Mhm. Because you might feel bored while doing them. You just feel like you're working on a particular thing repeatedly, and it will just be taking away the spirit of the creativity away from you. So let's go for the next one. The next thing we have here is the shoemaking. So shoemaking here, you might not necessarily like be a gonge shoemaker like the one that will make you sorry shoes right from the scratch. You don't have to do that. Believe me, we have a lot of people that are doing that, but you can also go into that if that's what you want. But I would really suggest that there are so many ways that you can make shoes now. One is you can just pick a shoe. I think I have uploaded a video on something that I did related to decorating the shoes. You don't want to know like how many comments I've received and how many customers I've generated through that video, just by making just by adding some stones. Sorry, not really stones, there are even crystals embellishment on them, and half pearls, just like I've said in the video. I'll attach the video and I'll attach the picture of the shoes so that you guys can see. Just by making that, I've generated some income, and it's also less time consuming. Like nobody wants to waste time on just a particular piece, right? So you can just get a shoe, add some designs on top of it, and voila, you're done. Just and you can start selling them, or you can even go um to make it more like formal by partnering with a shoemaker. Yes, that's a really good way to build a business, which I really suggest people should be doing. Like, let's come together. If you're a shoemaker and this person can do more of the designing thing, just come together and do it. You cannot be like over everything. You cannot be like the expert of everything. You cannot do everything all by yourself. You can get people that are expert in, then you can just collaborate and do a lot of things together. So that's one thing that I really suggest for people that don't really have time or don't like spending much time on a particular thing. You can just buy a shoe. It can be online, it can be from a friend, it can be from the market. You can just partner with someone, get that shoe, and just add some stones or some beads, especially for the ones the female will use. And believe me, you'll be speechless with the kind of comments you receive at the end of the day, because it will look like, really, it will even look so expensive, and people will be like, oh, this is what some kind of $1 million, not knowing that sorry I'm, I've catch cold, I think. Not knowing that it's something that it's really cheap, maybe in some cases it's cheap and it's quite affordable, and you can sell them. When you package them and you sell them, you won't even believe how much you make out of them. This is from experience. So the next thing I have is the gift boxes. This is where my sister comes in. I have a sister that does something like this, and I also have a friend that does. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. And I also have a friend that does something like this. I have a lot of friends on social media that do something like this, and believe me, they are making cool cash. And it's so much fun doing this kind of thing. I don't know, but I feel there's so much fun in it, making gift boxes, knowing that you're making this and somebody is going to actually put something in it and give someone just to put smile on their face. Seriously, there's so much fun in it. I'll even attach my sister's page and also my friend's page, where you can find some inspirations and also some ideas, or if you even want to get some materials, you can get it right from them. Yes, I trust them. I trust them. And moving to the next, that's the fourth item we have here, is the bag making. Okay, okay. Bag making is also classified. We also have the beaded bags, we have the leather bags, we have the skin bags. You can go as well as keep mentioning them, but we have different kind of bag making. We have different kind of bag making, and you can just decide to pick one or two out of them, and believe me, you will not know the kind of blessings that are attached into this bag making. When I finished my secondary school, I think the business that was actually reigning around that time, that was around 2013, was the bag making thing. We have the purses, we have the bags. Those are the ones that were reigning around that time. And whenever you go for an event, being it wedding, naming ceremony, graduations, name them, the gifts that are majorly shared are bags or purses. So my mom took my sister for a class, and when she finished that class, she also taught us. Did she even taught us, or we learned from the way she was making? I think we learned from her, maybe by watching her when she was making it, because I can't remember her telling us to, oh yeah, come and sit down, let's do this. I can't remember that. So that was one of those those are one of the skills, or should I say craft, that were reigning around 2012, 2013, thereabout. That's in Nigeria. I'm referring to Nigeria, sorry. I'm referring to Nigeria. So they were the ones that were reigning so much, and you make cool cash around that time. And those things have not stopped raining. It's still making a lot of noise. People are venturing into it in a more classy way that you won't even believe. Oh, these are the things that I've learned some years back that are looking like one classy things like that, but they are really cool. And the one that even consumes most of your time, it's going to be the beads one, the beads beaded bag, because those ones, man, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy, and it takes your patience also. You have to be a very like, you have to have the patience before you go into beaded bags, especially if you have a particular design you want to do. That's why most events, you don't even share beaded bags, because who can even afford to do that? They can be expensive. Yes, they can be expensive depending on the craftsman or the craft person. So they can be expensive, but the one I would really suggest you go into is going to be the skin bags, or the leather bags, anyone. We have materials here, and that you can even get a yard maybe at 1000 naira, which is like $2. And we have a lot of materials here that you can also get and just buy them. They are pretty cheap, and you can just go wild with your creativity. Sometimes it's the way you even design these things that even sell themselves out, not the kind of materials. It's sometimes it's most of the time it's even your design that sells the things out. So moving on to the fifth one, we have the fashion designing. Okay, this is where the tailors come in. This is where the tailors come in, and we all know there's no way we can live without clothes, right? There's no way we can live without clothes. And in this century that we are, clothes are the ones that are even making the highest noise. The fashion industry is at the top. People want to wear new things, trendy things every day. People want to look so classy, bougie, just name them. People just want to look so expensive. People want to look unique, and just keep naming them. So what I always suggest for people that are into fashion designing is, please know your audience. That's one. Know your audience. Who do you want to even target? Is it kids? Is it the trendy people? That's the youth between the age of, let's say, maybe 18 to maybe 35, 40? Is it the old people that you want to target? Just know the kind of people you want to target. Know your audience. Know what they want. If they are traditional people, know the kind of traditional trend or designs they want, and venture into that. Believe me, there is that's the oil money is even here in the fashion industry, because everyone wants to wear new things, trendy things almost all the time. Not everyone, most of the people want to wear new things all the time. So just know your audience, and just dig into, dig, keep digging into, and keep learning and unlearning when you're into the fashion industry. Learn and unlearn, learn and unlearn, because there are some things that you will not you will not need them, but there are some things that even when the fashion even when, sorry, the trend of it, like, um goes off, after some time you see it coming back again. We are seeing them all the time. So the fashion industry is quite big, it's quite large, so just know what you want to go for and be creative. So the next thing that we have here is the wall frames decorations. Wall frames decorations are also into different sectors, but the one that we are all familiar with is just the one we just find a frame with maybe an art into it and it's hang on the wall and that's it. But we also have the recycling one, those ones that you find people recycling some maybe used spoons or used fork or even carton of eggs. We have so many of them, or even using wool to create something and hang on the wall, or using papers, using cardboards, you can name them. We have a lot of them. But there's this particular one that I feel people are not venturing so much into it, and if you do, it will generate cool cash for you. And which is the beaded wall frames. Beaded wall frames. Okay, this is how it goes. Nepa. This is Nigeria. Welcome to Nigeria. So this ones you just find. I hope you guys can see me, right? Yes. So this ones you just find maybe a cardboard. It can be a cardboard. It can be just a paper. No, you cannot use the paper. You can use a cardboard. Then you can find this um what do we call it? um frame, something like this. You can just find a frame with a cardboard and maybe a glass to protect your design. Then you design whatever you want to have. That's the design in the frame. When you design it, then you use your beads and your glue to arrange everything, and it comes out so perfectly and so beautiful. And that's one thing people don't, I don't even see much people doing it. I don't know, maybe based on where I'm from, I don't see much people doing that. But I will attach a picture of that so that you guys can have an idea. I think I should move a little bit for lightening. Welcome to Nigeria once again. Uh-huh. So the next one here, we have the soap making. This is now the new one here. Like, people are making soap now because cosmetic industry is, of course, making noise. Cosmetic and even fashion industry, which one is even making the larger noise now? I keep wondering which one is even making the larger noise, but we all know all of them have their cool way of making cash if you know your ways. If you know your ways, obviously. So we have the soap making. This one you can just maybe attend a class that has to do with soap making, learn one or two things on how to make these soaps. When you finish learning, then you also learn how to decorate them so that they all look beautiful, pretty. That's what people want to see now. Nowadays it's even our eyes that sense things for us, not even our, is it mind, it's even our eyes that deliver first. So the next thing we have is the extracting oils. So this one I also find it very interesting because you can just find, for example, now coconuts. We all know that the coconut oil is something that people use it so much. We use it for cooking, for our hair, for our body, name them. We use them for different things. So if you venture into extracting oils, you can also have a craft, or maybe you can even use it for your own personal use, because most people use this in their homes. So the next thing we have is recycling. Okay. I know recycling is a broad topic on its own. It's a broad topic because we all know that there is a lot of issue, especially with economic pollution that is happening now, whereby people just throw bottles anyhow, throwing plastics anyhow, and we tend to like ignore, like our environment is really suffering from that. So I will suggest that we have another option for this recycling for plastics, especially. Let's have something that we don't really have to waste our environment for, maybe. But if there's no which I know there's a solution obviously for that, but we can also venture into using these things to generate some other useful things for our own environment. So example of this is like recycling of tires. Yes, motorcycle tires. You can pick these tires, add some decorations to them, and you can have a home deco at the end of the day. You can have a center table out of it, you can have a mirror out of it. I have a friend that does something like that. I'll attach his handle and also some pictures of what he does. So you can just add some decorations into them, and believe me, they look so pretty at the end of the day. You won't even believe that they are actually the ones that were thrown out in the garbage or thrown out in the gutter. They look so pretty at the end of the day. And we also have the recycling for like bottle of wines. These are also things that we spend a lot of money. Sometimes it's not even the content that you are spending money for. You're even spending money on the packaging, not knowing sure. Sorry. So when we pick things like this, we can decide to like decorate them. When we decorate them, then we can hang them maybe in our houses, or maybe in our business environment. Name them. You can decorate them anywhere you feel like decorating them, and they make environment look so classy and so beautiful. So the next thing we have here, we've been talking without eating, which is the catering, where the small chops come into. This is a big one as well. This is a very big one, a very, very big one, because when we are talking about small chops, we are talking about people that are into either the bigger catering service or the smaller catering services. The smaller catering services is mostly the ones we all find on our Instagrams, where people post like cupcake will be available tomorrow, place your order, which is something that is very, very very, very usual here, like here in Nigeria. They'll post like some small chops, maybe meat pie, cake, donuts, and they will just tag it as it will be available tomorrow or it's available today. These are things that you can also venture into. They are not that big, maybe that you cannot be able to cover up. That's if you are the only one working on them. And eventually, when the time comes for larger orders, you just have to employ people to help you out. You just have to, you have no option. So for the small chops, they are into two. It's either you go into the larger catering service or you go for the small catering service. Just suit yourself. Before you sell anything for us, please taste it. Give people to taste, and also know how hygienic and how healthy it is for us. Maybe some of these things are not even hygienic or healthy, but we just consume them based on the pictures we see on social media, or based on the based on the comments and so on, or based on our cravings as well. So moving to the next one, which is the painting. We are at number 11 now. So before I continue, I would still like to tell you guys to subscribe. If you have reached to this point, that means you love what I'm doing, right? Love hearing me out. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit on the notification bell, and don't forget to share this content to your family and friends at the end of it, because someone, you might be helping someone, you might be getting someone into maybe a stream of income in the year 2022, inshallah. So the next thing we have here is the painting, which is art. Art, there's so much in art. Whenever I look at an art, I usually see the time used. I have this particular art that I saved from Facebook. I will attach the picture of it. There's so much attached to this art that whenever I look at it, I keep wondering, like, how did this artist even came up with the idea to draw something like this? There's so much in art, but it's so sad that people don't value it. That's from where I am talking to you guys from. Gaskiya, people don't value it that much, and it saddens me knowing that these people, the artists, that's the artists, they put so much of their time into doing the design and making it look like so real, but people still don't value it when it comes to buying it. They just feel like, okay, these are just drawings now. These are not just drawings. These are people taking out their minds, their creativity into a piece, and you're just saying it as something like. So let's value craft people, please. It's not easy. Then the next one is also calligraphy, which I think they go hand in hand with art. So calligraphy is something that I used to do, like back then in 2013 as well. When 2013 was when I graduated secondary school. And when I was at home, that interval before you join your higher institution, my mom is a teacher. So from her school, her headmaster was like, where can we get somebody that can write on certificates? um just write, the normal writing on certificates now. I was like, she has a daughter that she can do something like that. My handwriting is beautiful. I'm not even like praising myself. I know it's beautiful. So my mom brought the certificate for me, the testimonial and the certificate. I think it's for over 1,000 people, though, 1,000 students. It's even more than 1,000 students. But then I was just taking it as a fun thing. I would just like do the cursive and everything. They all came out beautiful. Then I didn't even know that. So this one, there's actually um a money stream in this one. I never even took it as something serious. I never took it as something that people make money from it. It was even later when life started teaching us about life. That was when I realized that there's actually a money stream in this. And believe me, by that time, I think I've dumped the thing aside. All I do is just to write something. Or whenever I feel so bored, I'll just do something for fun, but nothing serious. Nothing serious. Then the next thing here we have is that's the number 13 on my list, is the glass decoration. Okay, this glass decoration, we also have the wine cups. The wine cups, I at Sisters we did something similar, whereby we attached some pearls and some sparkles to the glass, and it was looking all bougie and everything. It was looking so classy. I'll attach some pictures of this. It looks so beautiful when you attach some things to it, and you can even put candles inside the glasses, or you can put some if it is a large bowl, you can put your fruits inside just for decoration, maybe in the parlor or on the dining table, sorry, and just name them. So there's a lot also in glass decoration. We can also add paints. Yes, I did something with paint as well, and with something shining. I can't remember the name of the item that I used. I think a friend of mine brought that one for me, so I can't remember the name. So you can just go wild. You can go wild with glass decoration. You can add ropes. You can decorate them using ropes, wooden ropes. So many things. You can put buttons. You can put beads. You can put paints. Name them. A lot of things. So the next one here, that's number 14, which is beads embroidery, also known as beadwork in Nigeria. This beads embroidery, is time consuming. It's time consuming. I'm not even going to go like around the bush in terms of this one. I will just go straight to the point. It's time consuming, but it is something that you can make cool money from. You can make a lot of money, and whenever you make a piece from it, you always feel like so satisfied, like so proud of yourself. You actually the one that make this, and it's so beautiful at the end of the day. So we have beads embroidery. We also do that as sisters beads. I'll attach pictures of them, of how they look, so that you guys can have an idea. And the next thing here, sorry, before I go to the next thing, beads embroidery are so wild. We can do embroidery on our clothes, on caps, on shoes. I think that's all. Maybe that's all. But we can do embroidery on so many things. On so many things, guys, on so many things. So the next thing here we have is the bed sheets and pillows. Making bed sheet and pillows are one of the most easiest way to make money, especially for the bed sheets. Let's keep the pillows aside for the meantime now. The bed sheet, you can just go to a fabric store. That's where they sell the bed sheet fabrics. Cut some yards that you know it will size mattress. Then you just sew up and down. Is it even up and down? Is it side by side? I think it's even side by side. Or you can just hand it over to a tailor to just do weaving side by side, and that's all. You just package everything and put it in very good packaging, something that will attract the customers, and voila, you're done. Then you start selling. That's all. Most of this craft I'm even mentioning is from experience. This craft I've done. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Sometimes that's what I define myself as, and sometimes I define myself as a solo entrepreneur, depending on what we are talking about. So in terms of this, most of this craft that I've mentioned, most of them I've done them, most of them, and I can give you maybe I can give you ideas. I can share experiences with you on how I maybe how I went through mine, the struggles and everything, the good side, bad side, everything. Everything has a good side and a bad side. I can share all that with you, and you can comment down below with any of the crafts you want me to share more light on, or you can just find me privately on any of our social media platforms. That's Facebook, um not really on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest. I'm there as creativity enthusiast or Sixters Beats. You can find me with any of those, so that we can talk more about it. I can give you ideas on where to find some certain materials, especially if you are in northern part of Nigeria or in Nigeria. And we can even talk about how the business part of the whole thing is. and we see how it goes. Then the other part of the bed sheet making, which is the throw pillows, this ones we usually find them maybe in a parlor setting whereby it's usually decorated on the couch, something like that, and they are also pretty. These ones, they kind of consume time, but not too much time, just a little bit of time, depending on the style you are working on. So the next on my list, that's number 16. We are really going far. We have the caps making. Cap. Okay. Yes, I think I have a cap here. Let me even bring it so that you guys can see. Hi guys. So this is what I'm talking about. This is handmade, and I added these tools on it. Can you see? Can you see? These are usually worn by some certain classy, or should I say, people that want trend, especially in Nigeria and also some African countries. Wow. And it's usually worn by the guys. That's it's usually for the male. And can you see? I will also attach a handle of the guy that makes this. His name is Shitu Mubarak. I hope all is well. His name is Mubarak Shitu. He makes this kind of caps and they are so affordable. I think he also teach people how to make this. I don't know Shaba. I will ask him. I think he should be able to teach people. So in case you want to venture into something like this, then it's also a cool way to make money in 2022. Then the number 17 that I have here, it's quite funny. I don't know whether I'm supposed to add this one, but I felt like since it's a craft, why not? Okay, we have makeup. So makeup is also one thing that I think it should also belong to the category craft, because the way these artists play around with some certain foundations, um, mascara, lipstick, lip gloss, and all sorts of things, it's so amazing. And they also said it's time consuming. I'm not a makeup artist, I have no idea. They said it's time consuming, but they make good cash from it. And one of the leading industry that I mentioned earlier that we have that are quite competitive is the fashion industry and the makeup industry. That's the cosmetic industry. They are kind of very competitive, really they are. So the next thing here we have is the knitting. Knitting, I don't know, but its audience, or should I say the industry, is becoming smaller nowadays. I don't know if I'm the only one noticing that, but I feel the the industry is becoming smaller. Reason because we have a lot of ready to wear jackets now, ready to wear stockings and showers, towels, name them, a lot of things. We just have maybe ready-made of them, and people tend not to pay so much attention to knitting because they feel it's just like wasting of time. But there's a pleasure derived from knitting, especially this crotch, the ones that they use crotch in doing their knitting. I also attach a picture of these things that I'm mentioning. Maybe you all have different pronunciations or different meaning to them. Then the 19th one I have here is perfume making. Okay, talking about perfume making, there's a guy that I knew in the market. that you can just bring a scent for him and he'll make a perfume for you from the scent. It's so amazing. And I believe this is due to maybe years of practicing and expertise. That's how he derived to this. We all love perfumes. We all love perfumes. So definitely this is also a way to make money. You can venture into something like this and you can make cool cash from it. So for the 20th one, I'm not going to mention that one. I will leave it for you guys to mention it down at the comment section. Which of the crafts do you think I have I have taken out that I did not mention? You can just comment down below with the name of the crafts you feel I should mention, or the one you are into that I have not mentioned, so that we can all have it down below. So feel free to add your number 20 to the comment section so that we can all have an idea of other crafts that we have around us. So guys, I have come to the end of my video for today. I know it's a pretty long one. Yes, we need this on this channel because I don't want anyone to be like unemployed or not doing anything in the year 2022. I want us to all be active, get something doing, just know a craft, one or two crafts. Believe me, it helps a lot. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Let me keep repeating myself because the weather is not friendly here. Like everything is just going up and down. It's so windy, I think. Okay, let me just share a little story for you guys of what happened to me. So I moved from my hometown to another city where I'm studying. And when I moved with my business because obviously I can't leave my business at home, right? So, and the good part of it is that I have a skill that I am very good at, which is the jewelry making, the beads making entirely. Let's just say the bead making. And when I reached here, the first thing I do was to just establish a working environment for myself where I do these things. And before you know it, I did my marketing and I got some attendees whom attended my class, which I did a class on um, bead embroidery because I noticed that's one thing they are lacking here. So I did classes on that. I did classes on jewelry making as well, and I got a lot of attendees. We did a class and students were so much happy with the way the class went, and they got an, let's say, a source of income through that, and I also made some money through that. So I would really advise us to always have a skill, no matter how small it is. A skill is a skill. If you can do something, you can do something, and if you cannot do anything, you cannot do anything. So whenever you go to somewhere and a new place and you notice that they have a particular skill that they are very good at, please, my brother, my sister, venture into that. Learn something, no matter how small it is. Learn it. It will come in handy in the future. You might end up teaching it to someone and getting some money from it, or you can even get a reward from God for teaching someone, because nobody can even pay you for teaching. Nobody can pay you. They can just give you a certain token of which you asked for, but nobody can pay you. Your reward is in heaven. So should I say this is the end? Well, I think I've already talked too much. My mouth is even paining me, but I will wrap everything up now. So in the absence of everything,
but the sliding up pussy is a homicide.
Influenza Ibrahim.
Because